If you are a life coach, NLPer, hypnotist, you are likely using AI completely wrong. Here are some of the most common mistakes that I see people using and how you can fix it. So, when it comes to using AI, most people are using it to replace actual market research, and they're trying to get the AI to reveal some type of secret about themselves or about the universe or about the market. So the way this can look, one of the most common ones I see, is people will ask ChatGPT, based on your conversations with me so far, what do you think is an ideal niche for me? Or they will say, based on what you know about me, what are my strengths and weaknesses? Or based on all of our conversations, what do you think I should focus on for helping people through hypnosis or NLP or RTT? The problem with this is twofold. Number one, it's a misconception about how ChatGPT actually works. People think that it remembers every single conversation in detail. But if you've ever noticed, the longer that you have one conversation with ChatGPT, the more time that it takes after each new request that you make. Why is that? It's because it's not just reading the most recent thing that you said, but it's reading the entire conversation. So if it's a chat that you've been going back to for days, every single time you put in a new query, a new question, a new statement, it starts from the beginning and it reads the entire thing. And that's also why oftentimes the quality gets a little bit funky after a while, because it's not really built to handle that much text or data at once. And so when you say, based on all of our conversations, it will pretend to do that, but it is not doing that. You can actually look in the settings, there is a memory section where it will tell you which parts or snippets from past conversations it actually does reference. And as you're talking to it, those things will pop up and it will say, new memory added. So it might remember your line of work, where you live, or certain preferences and how you want to communicate, but it is not going to read every single conversation. The amount of computing power that takes is just not in line with the business interests of OpenAI to have it do that each time. Plus, it would take way too long. The second problem with this is that it just goes against any good market research. It's basically you asking someone else to guess based off of you what you should do for your business. A good niche is based on what the market actually wants, what the market actually needs. A good niche is based on actual pain that you're able to solve with your coaching or hypnosis or NLP. And so a much better strategy, just on this one topic of niching, would be to have conversations with ChatGPT, not about you, but about the market. And when I say about the market, what I'm referring to is helping it find and identify actual statements and words from people that are in your niche. So for example, say that you are in the anxiety niche. You could ask ChatGPT to find a list of online forums, public forums like Reddit, for example, where people are talking about anxiety, and to list out a number of the symptoms or associated problems. Problems hold hands with other problems. So what are the other things that people are talking about as they talk about anxiety? So you can have ChatGPT actually do a search, find those things and pull them together. Even better, you can tell it, this is what I'm trying to do. I am a coach that helps people overcome anxiety. Give it that context and then tell it to perform the search, and tell it that you're doing that to make content around those different topics. Giving it that full picture will have a much, much better result. So I plan on putting together a much more comprehensive course, how to use AI as a coach, as a hypnotherapist, as an NLPer, because there's so much good that can be done in the world with these modalities. And AI is such a shortcut to get you to find those people and to create content that actually helps them, and that helps them find you. But so many people are doing it completely backwards. Instead of getting closer to reality, they just stay in the clouds of abstract therapy talk and never get down to the brass tacks of what people are actually saying and what they actually need. One of the principles of spontaneous hypnosis, which I teach, is that you need to listen. People are telling you what they need. That applies both to the hypnosis sessions and it applies to the marketing. Your business will not be successful if it comes from a place of ego, if it comes from a place of wanting to tell people what to do or what they need. People's biggest problem when it comes to their hypnosis sessions is they want to come into the session with an idea of they have this type of problem, this is how I'm going to approach it, instead of listening. And not a single question that I ask do I know beforehand. It's completely based on what the person is giving me, the type of unconscious and conscious responses that they are presenting. And it's the same thing when these people are discussing their problems, their pains, what they need online. You need to listen to what they're actually saying and meet them where they actually are. And AI can help you find them where they actually are. And so again, I'll make more specific content or courses around this in the future, but hopefully that helps with kind of the mindset of how this all works.